the mic, talking day and spilling life, from trending memes to wildest dreams. Girl, did you hear that crazy thing? Girl, did you hear what's going down? We're lighting up this whole damn town. Strange and trending every week. Bestie vibes that'll never peak.
Ever had to go shopping on the day of your brother's wedding to find a dress because your luggage didn't make it to Montana?
No.
You didn't have to do that?
No.
You hadn't. Maybe
No.
there's a little bit of trauma there. Sorry. Yeah.
Awareness and sense of urgency like completely just like diminishes from everybody in the airport.
I mean, the airport is.
And I feel like I'm the only one that's like freaking paying attention. He's making fun of me for that. He's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm getting situated."
claiming my area.
Like, leave me alone. I think AI is going to diminish people's creativity, like that comes from within. What's the greatest silent insult someone could do? The thumbs down for you. Hey guys, welcome to Girl, Did You Hear?
The ultimate bestie hangout. I'm Jessica.
And I'm Kristen. Today we have a fun episode for you. This is number 42. We are going to, earlier today I was reading through Reddit and I saw an interesting question. I love Reddit because they have interesting shit on there, bro.
It's a great place just to ask the questions that you can't ask.
I've never asked on there,
but
people be asking some stuff on there.
Yeah.
Like the confessions.
Yeah. Or the Am I the Assholes?
The Am I the Assholes are pretty funny.
Oh man, the Am I the Assholes give me some perspective.
Yeah, same.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Because there'll be times when I'm like, yeah, F that guy.
No.
And then everybody in the comments is like, no. That guy is not needed to be effed. He needs to be saved. I'm like, oh,
never mind.
I need to
retract
my thinking here.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, no, well.
Before we get into that, though, you are going on vacation soon.
We are going to take a little trip.
I'm excited for you. You're going
to Florida.
Yeah. One of my favorite places. I'm super excited for you guys. But as we were talking about that, you were struggling because you're like, I don't know what to pack. I have to pack everything. And
I can't pack light is the issue. I need everything. I need to be prepared for you to knock it off. For like everything I need to be prepared for every situation. And unfortunately, I am known to pack heavy. But
Me too.
I am also never left wanting for something.
Same.
So
same.
There's
I'm
a
not
little
like,
give and
oh
take.
man, I forgot.
I wish I would have brought the. Sometimes I look inside what I packed and I'm like, oh shoot, I never touched that. Oops. But the one thing that I have a hard time wrapping my head around in like trying to get in vacation mode is like the packing list.
Yeah.
I rely on a list, and unfortunately, I rely on other people's creativity to come up with that list.
Do you ask ChatGPT?
No, I ask a tried and true source,
Which is?
a friend that I've traveled with before.
Okay.
So she sends me this list and goes, here's the things that we are using on this trip. And I'm like, oh, yeah. Okay, 2 swimsuits, a cover up, sandals, shoes.
Jessica likes her checklists.
There's nothing more gratifying than scratching something off a list.
Yeah. Especially if it's a list that you don't have to create yourself.
Fair. Well, I mean, I do kind of have to create the list myself because I have to tailor it to what the situation's right, because there is possibly a golf trip involved in this and I have to be prepared for golf somehow. So there's like,
so you have to bring a golf outfit.
Things. Yes. The golf outfit, the golf.
Are you bringing clubs? Your own clubs?
No, I prefer
rent them out there
from the course. I know the course hates that, but oh well. I know why they hate that, because last time we rented clubs, it took me, I think, the first hole to leave a club at the hole and then just ride off into the abyss like nothing happened. I think it took till like the 10th or 11th hole before I realized it was missing.
Oops.
Yeah, not good juju. So Chad rode back and talked to the party behind us and asked if they had an extra club, and they did. Yeah. Shwoo!
So they snagged it up for
you?
They
did pick it up. And fortunately, they gave it back to us, of course, so that way I could return my set with a full set of clubs.
Right.
Because otherwise
And
the
you weren't
course is
the
going to
asshole
charge
that-
you. Yeah. But I'm
like,
great for that, for like even my own set. Unfortunately, I'm not very good with remembering things.
It's okay.
But
It's a problem in our generation.
I can see why they don't like it, because it's one of those things where just people can use and abuse
Yeah, totally.
stuff, right? Because it's not their stuff.
Yeah.
But, whoops.
Whoopsies. But I have the same problem when it comes.
overpacking?
Yeah, because like even like when we traveled back and forth monthly,
Yeah.
like I didn't have to bring clothes back and forth.
Right. You
I
have clothes at each location.
Correct.
And
I had,
you were
like-
only going to be traveling for, what's the flight? 4 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I could easily have brought my backpack. Well, I did have a suitcase because I would often bring a lot of camera gear,
Yeah, that's fair.
but the camera gear only took up half the suitcase. The other half was
Your stuff.
my stuff.
Yeah.
Plus whatever was in my backpack. And Trevor's always like, why are you bringing all this stuff? I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I may need it.
It's my whoopee.
I may want these clothes here
Right.
with me.
And that's the
And like,
struggle,
because
right?
like, I'm like, oh, I might want to wear this outfit, and I don't have that outfit in Colorado.
Nope. That's a Florida outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, it's summertime here, so I might want to rock that outfit out here. You know what I mean?
I can see that. That
And
makes a
so
lot
like,
of
I would
sense
do
to
that
me.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Like winter, it wasn't as bad because I had all my winter clothes out
All
here.
your cold stuff was up
Yeah.
here. Right.
Yeah. So it was mostly just like, I didn't really bring that many clothes around winter, but definitely like toiletries and stuff for sure. I did bring
Right.
jeans actually and sweatpants, like my favorite, you know.
I mean, because have
favorite
you
pants.
ever, I mean, not in the commuter flight between here and Florida, but like on a trip or a vacation,
Oh, yeah.
has your luggage just been left or lost? Or have you ever showed up to your destination and it wasn't there?
Not
Or
on,
have you ever had to go shopping on the day of your brother's wedding to find a dress because your luggage didn't make it to Montana?
No.
No? You didn't have to do that?
No.
You hadn't? Maybe there's a
No.
little bit of trauma there. Sorry. No.
So you're like, I'm taking everything with me.
There's a lot of
I'm
that.
carrying
because
it on the plane.
When I think about that personal item, I mean, what would I want to bring? I want to bring a bathing suit and maybe an extra change of clothes. But that creates bulk in the bag.
Right.
Like, do I really need to bring this if that stuff's in the suitcase? Well, what if the suitcase doesn't make it with me?
Right.
What if my timing is bad and my suitcase doesn't make it on my plane?
Let me ask though.
There's
I can see the panic happening.
No, the anxiety's there.
When you went to Montana though, he lives in a very small town. So were you didn't
Right.
take a direct flight.
We did.
You did. And it still didn't make it there?
Our timing was off.
Oh. So you guys were at fault it didn't make it there?
Maybe. I don't think so though.
Oh.
Like, it was one of those like really gray areas to where
Interesting.
we were there not 2 hours before, not an hour before, but like 45 minutes before.
Yeah.
Like, we weren't rushed at all to get out there. So like, we thought we participated in the game
Right, to,
appropriately.
like, yeah,
we
yeah,
thought,
I get
we
you.
turned in the bags, like we sat at the gate, like we weren't rushing.
Trevor and I would get to the airport about 45 minutes before we had to leave.
Like, we're pretty, I
When we
mean,
were traveling
my
monthly.
anxiety will never let us not be.
You're like, I will be 2.5 hours early from now on.
Well, and I mean, and it's not even that. I mean, there's a lot of learning that I'm doing with myself to try and not be such a heinous bitch at the airport, because anxiety is just pegged. I mean, it is that place just, I mean, even to go pick somebody up, not even
Yeah.
having to go into the airport just hits me hard.
Yeah, I feel that. And I mean, because we traveled on a monthly basis,
So much. You
like,
just kind of get desensitized
it was,
to it.
yeah, we were heavily desensitized, although there was still a lot of irritations that happened. And like, there were times where I was definitely just not in the mood to be in the airport or deal with all these freaking people, you know, because my biggest thing is like, I just want to get where I'm going.
Right. I
Like,
just want to be there
I
already.
walk fast, you know. I get to the airport. We would get our snacks. We would go to our gate. Like boom, boom. Like we had our routine like down. And,
Right.
if we had Vinny, then it was like a little bit different, but
Still kind of the same.
still pretty much the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then, but like everyone's just like, like lollygagging. Like it's their first freaking time there. And I mean, maybe it is their first time there. I'll give them that.
There's
but, like,
a lot of people, yeah.
but there are people and they're just like they just walk like no awareness. Like, it's like
No sense of
awareness,
urgency. Yeah.
awareness and sense of urgency, like completely just like diminishes from everybody in the airport.
I mean, the airport is.
And I feel like I'm the only one that's like freaking paying attention. Like however many times like someone's walking towards me on their phone, not looking, but I'm looking directly at them.
and like you're trying to navigate like where
yes.
you're. Yeah.
And I'm like, why am I the one that is looking out for you? And let me move out of your way, mister. You know what I mean?
I agree. There should be some like mutual
like, come on,
recognition of people
a
in
little
the space.
bit, a little bit. That's the stuff that bothers me the most.
The airport's a crazy place. All of reality doesn't exist in the airport. The airport is a fancy bus terminal, folks. I'm sorry. I get it. Like, it is important that it exists, and I understand that it exists.
Yes.
But have you ever taken like the Greyhound somewhere?
Yes, I have actually.
It feels very much like the airport. The bus terminals do. And it's the same people, just with fancier suitcases, man.
It's like is like airports and like those types of
sort
terminals.
Of like travel terminals. It's like everybody goes, I get it, because some people are on vacation mode. And, you know, some people are drinking at 7:30 in the morning. Like,
become dumb
it doesn't
instantly
matter.
Or what?
Like, it doesn't matter. I'm at the airport. Like, the rule, like, I don't need to be rushing. Like, I'm already here.
But like,
that's
why
the
does
whole
that
reason why my
exist?
anxiety is spiked, is because I'm at the airport and everybody else is there, and I'm rushing to get there when I know I have plenty of time. It's that release of control, because once you get in the airport, you have no control over time anymore.
Yeah, no.
And
I think for me, like, that it was like it didn't bother me because in my brain I was like, I understood that's like what happened essentially. You know what I mean? Like, we're like, okay, we're at the airport now and we have whatever. Like, once we're in there, then we'll just go to the gate and then we board the plane when they tell us to board the plane.
right. And I mean,
like, no, like you said, like no time exists once you're in there. Mm-hmm. It's almost like a time warp.
it is. Well, I mean, and it's hard too, because I don't want to make you wait at the gate for 2 hours before the plane actually takes off. But like, that's when I feel most comfortable. If I am 5 hours early to the airport, I'm okay.
It took Trevor a long time to get to the point of getting to the airport to be there under an hour before. Usually it would be like an hour that we would get there, hour and a half.
Hour and a half is pretty much consistently.
Yeah.
Like an hour and a half is consistently.
We also had
and we
TSA
haven't had any issues.
pre-check.
Yeah. Well, you travel a bunch.
Yeah, so that was helpful. You
But
know,
like, security hasn't been heinous.
I mean,
Knock on something solid, right?
yes, I'm not gonna speak anything about that. I'll just keep moving on.
Yep.
But even doing that on a monthly basis, it was just like, it was a grind almost.
Yeah, no, it is. It's
it was
travel.
just like everyone's just like,
and you see
in
the
that
same
mode.
stuff in the same places. Like, even though you're in an airport, people are still just dun, 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 dun. And like, I get it. I'm a fast walker too. I love walking with you because you and I keep up pace.
yes,
like we're
fast.
And I have to pay attention to most of the people around me when I walk with them,
Same.
because I have to slow down.
Me too.
And I'm
like Trevor and I are out sometimes, and like I'll be like walking next to him, and then all of a sudden I'm like,
where'd you go?
I have to like stop.
He's like in the car. He's like, what?
I'm like already 3 aisles in the store.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. The freaking airport, dude. But overpacking is a thing. And
Yeah.
even when we weren't traveling back and forth, like, and we would just be going on vacation somewhere, I would pack like a pair of jeans, shorts, like a dress. A dress?
A dress for you is not
But
standard.
I'm like, hey.
Maybe a fancy dinner might happen.
Exactly. Exactly.
And I need nice clothes.
Yeah,
No,
and
I
like
get
these
it.
are like I
get
have
it.
to have an outfit for like everything that that may come up,
Yeah.
like a couple swimsuits, and then I have to have boat clothes because we're gonna be on the boat, and then I have to have like these are all the things. That go
and
through
I think
girls'
it's like
brains.
the way that our brains are wired, because it's like the whole reason why I bring the airport into this is because since the airport has such a high point of anxiety, I am trying to like lighten the load of oversensitization, right? And I love a good crossbody bag or a tote. So I am wearing most of my weight on my shoulders, and like not evenly, not balanced,
right?
Not like something I
Not
should
comfortably,
stick in a backpack if I was smart. But I want to. Why do I want to look cute in the airport, Kristen? Why do I care?
Because we all like care.
Why? But why is that?
Even if we're wearing
why do we want to look cute in the airport
or a cute outfit?
I
actual
want cute
outfit.
luggage. I want a cute outfit. Like I can't, but I don't need it. I don't need it. It's something that
it's this. They got you. That's how they get us.
They're trying. I'm struggling against it.
That's how they get us. That's all. Everybody wants that allure. But you remember back in the day, bro, when people would travel, they would like get dressed up.
Right. Like you had to have,
like
excuse me, stuck on repeat here. You had to have a wardrobe. Like there was a
dress code.
Yes. There we go.
Yeah. Like the men had like suits and the women had to wear like their proper outfits.
Like skirt and jacket sort of
It was
deal.
like a luxury thing. Like people were like, oh, we're traveling, we're going on the air, like everybody was dressed up.
Fancy.
Like when I traveled as a kid with my parents, you could still smoke on the plane.
Yeah.
Back then.
Right.
Which was crazy. Like to smoke cigarettes on the freaking airplane. Oh my God. Could you imagine? Nowadays, dude. Oh my God. People would lose their minds.
Yeah.
But my parents would get dressed up
vapes
when we would travel.
Yeah. Like
I remember that and I'm like, that was weird.
My first flight was, I'm sure my parents took me on a plane when I was like a baby.
Yeah.
But we didn't travel by air when I was a kid. My first airplane ride was actually by myself when my school sent me to Detroit for a competition.
How old were you?
Like 18 or 19 at the time.
Oh, dang.
So
that was the first time you were on a plane? Were you scared?
My first like adult memories of being on an airplane. And dude, like navigating DIA by yourself when DIA is always under construction, so stuff moves, constantly asking people like, where do I go? I'm so sorry, I'm new here. Like not scared to ask for directions. At least you know what I'm saying?
That, though.
Yeah. Like I survived, right? Yeah. I made it out and I made it back. But I remember just being at the mercy of like, read your signs, like make sure that you're listening to what's happening around you. Yeah. But that was like my first airport moment. And ever since then, or like I remember that moment and being told that when you fly that you need to look professional.
Yeah.
And I always thought it was like, oh, well, it's because I'm representing the school. Of course I need to look professional.
Right.
But it was more of a, you're on an airplane, you need to look professional. Also, you're representing the school. You need to look professional.
Right. But bottom line is,
you need to look professional.
I always thought that too. Like, honestly, when like I didn't start wearing like sweatpants and comfortable clothes on a plane until probably like my late 20s when traveling.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would still wear like jeans and like a cute top and like a hoodie or whatever.
I'm trying to find something functional.
I would wear jeans on an airplane and now I'm like, I would never do that.
The waistband could never ride against my belly for 4 hours.
Heck no.
Dude, I'm thinking about like,
I'm getting like,
dress I'm wearing
I bring
long,
my biggest
it looks pretty comfy.
hoodie.
Toss that on.
The most comfiest sweatpants. I bring a freaking blanket with me.
Dude, that's...
And my backpack.
Right.
And my snack bag.
You're that person.
And my snack
that
bag.
the gate attendant sees coming and goes, oh God, how many of this is a personal item? How much of this is a personal item?
Most of the time I would not take my, I would keep it all, like I would shove it all in my backpack.
Right.
Until I got in the plane, then I'd take it all out.
Start like trying to unfurl everything to get to stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to pack light. I'm really
when you
trying
get
to
on
get
the plane, do you like get all your stuff out like right away? Or do you like wait until like you need it and then get it out?
I get my stuff out right away. I'm kind of a weirdo like that. Like I need to like set up my space.
Yes. Until I get situated. And Trevor would always make fun of me for that. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm getting situated.
Claiming my area.
Like, leave me alone.
I'm so nervous because
I would have all of our snacks.
Right.
And so I'm getting all of our snacks situated. You know, I'm like, here's yours, here's mine, like our drinks.
Right. Like here's
my freaking iPad, getting my phone.
Here's
my
your headphones. Do you want them?
My
He's
blanket.
like, no, I'm good. Like
situating my fucking backpack under the thing.
I love my husband so much, but he raw dogs flights a lot.
No way.
Yes. Well, or he'll like, you know how the airplane gives you complimentary headphones?
He does not.
Yes.
Chad, why?
Well, maybe his brain just works that way. I need to be like fed information the entire time because he'll watch like the movies that are supplied on an airplane if it's got that sort of entertainment. If not, he'll like just plug into his phone and like listen to a book. He's like bare minimum. Like he will just conk out. Like he is the most like organic experience on an airplane. Sort of
crazy.
Dude I've ever had the pleasure of encountering. Like I don't understand how he does it.
No, Trevor and I like do not even like barely communicate when we're on the plane. We're like both like headphones in. We're just like doing our own thing.
I was
like we have like sign language. He'll be like, oh, here's your snacks.
Here's your snacks. I was watching, I think it was on TikTok, and it was these 3 girls were on, on their way to go somewhere, right? And they were explaining how, like, Stephanie has her Kindle and her Switch and her phone and her headphones, and, Janet's got her book and her headphones and her phone, and she's got all this entertainment for the flight. And then Nancy's got nothing. What are you going to do to entertain yourself for this 6-hour flight? She's like, talk to the person next to me. No. But why are we so against that? Like sometimes the most organic conversations I've ever had have been just with the person next to me on the flight. Like I think the most recent one, I sat next to this little old lady who gave me, I can't remember it now, but like a movie recommendation. And I was like, oh yeah, absolutely. I watched the movie and I was like, this is not something I would have normally watched, but I'm glad I was given the recommendation because it was a great recommendation. It was a great movie. I'll have to look it up and see, remember what she recommended. But I was like, dude.
Trevor and I would sometimes, I always had window and he was middle.
I always end up being middle. Well, I mean, Chad's a bigger dude. And I mean, we like to go middle aisle.
Yeah, that makes sense for you guys for sure. I was like, I need the window because I need to have like
something to
my area.
Against.
Yeah. So Trevor sacrificed his comfort and was just in the middle. So he always got the stranger. But there were a lot of times where him and I or him, he would have like conversations with people next to him. It would just depend. Like sometimes it'd be the whole flight. Sometimes it was just like in the beginning
and the end.
But there was a handful of times where he had like a full on, conversation with the person next to him the entire 4-hour flight.
If you notice though, that's really uncommon. Most of the flights are quiet. Everybody is like headphoned up.
Yeah.
Just zoned into whatever they're doing.
Like talk extremely loud on the planes.
I mean,
like that I can hear them through my headphones and I'm like, how is this happening? Like you don't have to talk that loud.
Well, maybe they can't hear.
Well,
themselves.
Then they shouldn't be talking on the airplane.
Well, maybe they don't know.
Someone should tell them.
I'm sure they've been told and they just don't care.
Don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it's cool. It just depends on, the person, the vibe, whatever.
Right.
But you know what was interesting? Circling back around to our Reddit conversation. When I first popped it up, the first question on there today was, what's the greatest silent insult someone could do? The thumbs down for you? Like no verbal.
You don't need anything else other than that. I mean, it's like, it's better than the
Has someone actually done that to you?
Oh, I've done it to tons of people and watched them get like shaking steering wheel mad.
You do it in the car?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's
Instead
hilarious.
of the bird, it's a little
I've
safer.
actually heard of that. It's a little safer. Yeah. Nowadays people be shooting people over road rage.
Ooh. So I mean, I understand what it means to conceal carry. So I don't want to test that theory.
Yeah, same.
I mean, like
speaking of that,
I just drive around like everybody's got one in their car. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, just be nice. Just be nice to the people.
Thumbs
on the
down
road,
to the
please.
bad drivers.
Thumbs down, and then just move on.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
For me, it's like, which I do not do it, but I have had it done to me. Is like if you're like through text or whatever, and someone just replies with the thumb up emoji.
The thumbs up.
Like nothing else. And it's usually
why is that so passive aggressive though?
Because like in the situations that it's happened,
it's after like a long description or explanation.
Yeah. Or like there's like weird tension or I'm like, hey, can you let the dogs out? And I'm like, oh, really?
Stuff you too, bud.
Okay.
All right, fine.
That is one for me. Like that has been done to me. I can't think of one that I've done to someone. It would probably be to just like I don't want to say the silent treatment, but I will just like close off.
Mm-hmm. Same.
Like I will do like the stare face thing.
Just the shutdown.
Mm-hmm.
The empty glare.
Yeah. Like if someone's coming at me
why are we
or
still
like
talking?
yelling or
Yeah.
trying to like whatever and I'm done hearing it, like I will just blank face, like look through you and I'm like, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then
it's
just
just I'm
kinda-
sorry for whatever you're saying because I'm not listening.
Yeah.
I'm just
waiting
I've
for you
checked
to
out.
stop talking.
Well, and then the as we were talking about this a little more, getting up and walking out, like
Yeah.
just standing up, chair screech, and leave is a silent gesture that could be construed as rude.
Yes, very much so.
I mean, and then also indifference. Just
Yes.
literally being indifferent, no reaction whatsoever. And I think that's where like the disconnect is kind of leading towards being indifferent. Well, because that's what you're showing. You're
Or
not,
like-
you stopped caring
Yeah.
odd hours ago.
Like, goodbye. I have checked out.
Boom.
One of the popular comments on that thread was, which I thought it was kind of weird, and I'd never done it to someone, but it totally makes sense, was leaving the door open, like when you walk out of like the room or leaving their house, like after like a disagreement or something. I know, because that person's got to get up.
Like,
they're like,
the door's open.
bro, close the door.
Yeah.
Like that would be definitely like an insult for sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's just it comes down to mannerisms. Like,
Yeah.
if I walk through a door, I'd close it. If it was closed when I walked through it, sort of thing. It's more of like a leave it like you found it sort of thing.
Yeah.
I try and push my chair back in after I get up from the table, sort of thing.
People don't do that though. Usually,
That's wild.
A lot of
to
people
me.
don't.
Like, why
Most
wouldn't you
people don't.
reset your space?
most people do not do that.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm the weirdo. Got it.
No, I'm also the
I'm the
weirdo because
polite
I
weirdo,
do that.
I guess.
I mean, so I was just raised to do that. You know,
Interesting.
like I was just like,
that's probably something that we were taught to do.
yeah. My mom was like, "Don't leave your freaking your chair out.
Your chair.
Clean up. You know, your where you sat.
leave it like you found it, or better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Always, always, always. What was interesting in that comment thread, which was another AI thing that I found interesting, was someone was okay. So this girl shared this story about a situation with her stepmom of the insult, right?
Right.
And for the girl that was sharing the story, she had figured out that her stepmom liked to make her cry, essentially.
Right.
And so whatever, she would be, you know, demeaning her or whatever. And then one day when this argument was happening, the girl just like stared her, you know, and didn't cry. Like,
Didn't react the way
had
she wanted
no
her to.
reaction.
Yeah.
And that pissed the stepmom
That was
off.
the silent gesture.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was her silent gesture. Well, the way that she wrote the story was really well written. Like, it was a pretty powerful, like, little story, you know? And this freaking guy starts commenting about how she wrote it with AI. And I'm like, no. I'm like, are we at that point
How do
now?
you prove otherwise?
Like, I don't know. I've never written a comment with AI to know, but like, I know if
I am kind of dumb when it comes to AI as well.
I know that if you use AI for a social media post, you're supposed to tag that you used it. Like it has the thing there.
I mean, and I know AI is,
but I've
putting
never done that
It's
before.
watermarks
Yeah.
in documents and stuff that it is regurgitating or spitting out for us to use.
Yeah.
But like a couple minutes of proofreading and you can release those watermarks and make it your own. You know what
True.
I'm saying? Like it's
But,
not
like-
hard to push it even further to make it look organic.
No.
But that's the
That's
thing that
shitty,
stinks, though,
because she
if
was-
she is a good writer and she's got all the
was just
context
sharing,
and
like,
vernacular and
Yes, bro.
punctuation
Like,
that you need in order to
Don't
make
take that
the
away
point.
from somebody. Like how like that would piss me off.
Well,
bro.
I mean, digital art is the same way.
I know.
like,
and that shit. Like I don't want to say that pisses me off when it comes to that.
but it's just another medium.
It is just another medium. But not when it, I don't think it's okay for everybody to just automatically assume that any creation that a human that they make
is
now coming from AI, because AI is like this big trend right now.
It is.
You know what I mean? And everyone's just automatically thinking, yes, there is a lot of AI bullshit out there. But if someone actually took the time to share like a vulnerable story, like don't be an asshole and ridicule them and say they wrote that with AI. First of all,
it's a weird split because we know what it was like to write genuine papers.
Yes.
We knew what it was like to have to write a creative story.
Yes.
Like we had to do that organically. Like we had
a research paper
the internet,
or whatever.
Granted, and we had to use it like an encyclopedia. We
Yes.
couldn't use it. I mean, granted, they told us not to copy and paste stuff, and they taught us about plagiarism and stuff like that. So we could still do that in a sense. However, it's not the same. Or is it?
I don't think that it is the same, because I know I was definitely not like copying and pasting or writing what I was seeing on the computer screen verbatim onto my paper.
Not verbatim.
Not verbatim. Like
But-
specific sentences, yes. Like the key sentences, maybe, of like the paragraph, right?
Right.
But then like the fluff around it would be all
But I
me.
see what you're saying, because like
so,
someone
where
who's truly creative, it takes away their clout.
Yes. Like think about like freaking authors, like book authors.
Yeah.
You know, like there's thousands of authors in the country, creative authors, you know, that are writing these amazing stories, you know what I mean? And now, I mean, like AI can come right behind them and write a story about the same thing.
Think about
But
music.
Is it going to be as good? Like, is the AI
Can
version
you
going
tell
to
the
be
difference?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I would love to see like a comparison of like if you could take a human,
But can
like
you
an
trust the
author,
comparison, right?
if you could take an author, like fiction author or whatever, write a murder mystery and then tell AI to write a murder mystery of 300 pages and see the comparison and give those stories to a group of people and not tell them which one is which and see if they could tell.
I'm sure there's studies like that being done.
I would be really curious to see. I'm gonna research to see if there is anything like that. But like it sucks because like these people put so much effort and time and like they have these amazing stories, and I don't know that AI could do that as well as a human yet.
Right. AI is constantly
Maybe
learning,
not right
and
now.
it is still so young in the moment. And that's the hard part, is that it's constantly learning. So it'll probably get to the point to where it is a little hard to distinguish.
Yeah, there's gonna like people, like there's probably gonna have to be like a more distinct watermark per se,
Right.
that's gonna start coming out. I bet when someone even uses a little bit of AI or something to like distinguish what is AI and what is not.
Because I had to
Because
break it
I don't
down.
think that I understand that AI is a tool, and I'm all for that being a part of our future. I don't want it to take away completely from like the genuine creativity of like human beings.
Right.
Because on any sort of creative realm, like book writing, music, painting, like anything that someone creates on their own, that people consume in some way, like that is so like expressive of to like that person. And I just think that it takes away the personal touch.
Yeah, it takes away the creativity of it.
Like you're like at that point you're just reading another textbook. It seems like there's not like I don't know.
But like we made AI creative by creating what AI is using as a base.
Right. I mean, AI couldn't write
what it's writing without us.
Well, obviously.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's back to like the AI versus the author idea, right? So
Yeah.
the author is going to think of a story that has probably drawn from some familiarities from other stories that he's either heard or read or perceived or imagined or something. AI is going to do something very similar. It's going to take samples from all these little murder mystery stories and come up with a, plot, heroine, villain, character, story, whatever it takes to write a story. Obviously, I'm not good at this, but it's going to be like they're both creating the same thing from a similar resource. It's just one is a digital medium and the other is organic.
Yeah.
Like I get it because like music you can't tell. Like there's a lot of songs where you're like, dude, is this AI or is this a real dude?
I can usually tell now because I use it so much or see it so much in video production now.
So
like I can usually pick it out if it's an AI song.
And that's because you're in the biz, right?
Right.
Well, I mean, and a lot of us normies can't.
Right.
We don't know. And I mean, and I think AI I had to look it up. Like, what is AI used for nowadays? Like, how is
what was
AI
the first
being used?
search?
The
first thing that came up?
The first thing that came up was, it was customer service.
AI is used for customer service.
And like you've experienced it.
Yeah.
Like
the
say if you go through like
bots.
Xfinity and you're pulling up and you're like, something's wrong with my bill. It's going to force you through an AI bot first.
Yes.
Before, if you choose the chat feature instead of calling them directly, obviously.
But even if you call them directly, you're just going to get the automated system
the AI
until you can hopefully maybe try to get to a person. Yeah.
So I didn't even think of it on the phone system. It's there too. And
it started there.
I know that
technically
we use it for marketing.
Yeah.
Like you can tell when ads are targeted, and that's because something's watching what you're watching. Some sort of intelligence is putting together the fact that you've been looking for a bag lately, so all of your sidebar ads are going to be travel bags and all of the other weird little toiletries that you've been trying to figure out for your packing list.
I love this so much for you.
So much for me.
Why don't you ask ChatGPT to create a travel list for you on what you need to bring?
No, I'm not going to trust a robot.
Do it and see what it says, and then compare it. Do it as like a little
like what my packing list
is. Yes. Do it as like a little experiment.
All right.
Speaking of AI, I saw this video come up the other morning when I was doom scrolling before I got out of bed, and it was that Jeff Bezos is what? Why are you laughing?
The way his name is said. Bezos.
I don't know if I'm saying it correct. Bezos. Anyways.
You're way wrong. Anyways. Jeffy boy.
Jeff, I'll just call him Jeff, okay? Jeffy was suing Katy Perry over the Blue Origin space launch, okay? And he was suing her for like billions of dollars.
Billions. Clearly, because she's got that kind of money. She just went to space.
Yeah. Because it messed up his like PR,
his marketing
stuff, his marketing for the tourism for the Blue Origin, right?
She kind of ruined that. Huh?
Yeah. And so I was like, there's no way that this is true.
She should sue him because once she got back, her career tanked. Dude, are you kidding me?
I know.
Like, I know that this is most likely the fakest thing you've read on the internet today, but like if you think about it, like if you break it down, like I get it. The reason why like he would be trying to sue her is because like she ruined the whole movie magic of going to space with Jeff Bezos. But like when she got back, everything fell apart. Her tour came apart. Like people could not. I mean,
she got criticized.
We
hard
even participated in the Katy Perry fall.
Yeah,
like,
because it was so ridiculous. Dude.
Like, and I get it. Like I 100%.
Like I'm sorry. Like I agree. She
should be suing him.
She should because like okay, real quick. So I actually looked it up. I tried to research like a good
fact find.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like a good solid like 20, 30 minutes. I could not find any information
tabloid
to
trash.
solidify that he was actually suing her.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that was totally an AI video. obviously,
Dude.
that I just watched.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
You're being fed a narrative.
Yes. But that just goes to show like how like if something outrageous like that comes up, or even like that stupid Trump thing I sent you the other day.
Oh, that was
Well, it wasn't
funny.
stupid. It wasn't a stupid thing. It was
No,
actually
but I got you.
It was a decent thing that I saw him posting about, and I was like, I hope this is actually true.
Right, but the fact that you have to ask.
And then I fact checked what he was posting about, because he was dropping some numbers about autism and stuff like that, and like making America healthy again.
Yeah.
And
that conversation.
yeah.
Oops.
But the numbers and stuff, like I fact checked what he had said.
Right, you have to.
Yes, and like why do we have to do that to the president? The first place.
Well, because we can't trust everything we see on TV.
Online.
Regardless of who's saying it. Because like
Yes.
that's the thing that kills me right now, is because like AI and deepfakes and things like that, they're putting like people's faces on things, and I'm supposed to trust that that's the dude. Sure, pal. Like you have like all of this
Let me see
technology
below the
has
neck.
made me
You
paranoid.
don't have
like some like
mask you can,
huge
like,
like
rip
fake
off.
skin on,
Exactly,
right?
bro.
Yeah, dude. It's
We've
wild.
seen enough movies to know what they can do. There was a movie that we saw, Trevor and I watched recently.
Face Off. No,
Well,
I'm just kidding.
obviously that was old, but I mean, I don't.
Yes, but yeah, same.
In Grey's Anatomy,
Yeah.
they do crazy shit like that.
Yeah.
But there was a movie that we watched recently. I can't think of what it was called, or maybe it was a movie series, but it had Colin Farrell in it. And it was like something to do with the Batman, whatever. But he played the Penguin.
Yeah.
Guy.
Oh, I just watched that series.
I can't think of the name of it.
It's the Penguin.
Oh, is it? Oh, cool. But that's Colin Farrell.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
if you
would not
only
know.
look at like this part of him,
You could,
and like the
yeah.
way he like expresses his face, like
But
you
if
can
you-
see Colin Farrell there, but that's it.
That's
'Cause
it.
That's the only part that is Colin
if they
Farrell.
did not list that he was part of the cast, you would not know that
never
he was
have
in that
known.
movie.
He doesn't sound like him.
Nope.
He doesn't look like him.
Not even the slightest, bro. So like obviously we know that that's all able
Like
to do like
makeup
in real life as well.
all that fun stuff. Well,
Yeah.
right. Because you think of like movies like Avatar. Like, I get it, it's animated, but it feels like it could be real, right? Like they
mean-
tickle that part of your imagination by making these things gigantic blue humanoids, right? Like the fact that they can even pull off a world in such a
Yeah.
scale. I mean, I get it. It's digital. It's all being
Yeah,
made.
but,
like
It's digital.
the way that they shot that with the people.
Yeah, I just saw like a behind the scenes video of someone. They were shooting like a rock climbing movie, and they literally brought in fake rocks that were on the floor. Okay, and the girl is harnessed in to the fake rocks on the floor, right? And the way that the camera angles are makes it look like, because they're showing it like
Yeah.
on top like is what the viewer sees, and then bottom is behind the scenes. And so it's showing like she's on like this side of like this cliff, like hanging with one arm, you know?
So dramatic.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
she's literally on the floor.
Right.
Like,
right.
so
nice and safe.
it's just like when you see stuff like that, I'm like, that is not AI. That is just like creative camera work,
Right.
and production,
Right.
You know, that is a craft, and not everybody has like the eye to do that type of
I
work.
see what you're saying. So AI is going to take away that creativity.
Absolutely, bro. I think AI is going to diminish people's creativity, like that comes from within. But I disagree in a sense, because I think the people that are creative, like myself, like we know the difference.
And you can also use AI as a tool to enhance your creativity.
Correct.
You're not using it as an organic source.
Right. We're
of
not
your
going
creativity.
to that strictly to create our content.
No, you're using
With
it
it.
to enhance the content.
Right. But the whole like I almost feel bad for Katy Perry in a way, because like she probably like, okay, so the reason that they say that this is all like faked and a whole PR thing is because during the live stream, so first of all, Jeff is stupid for trying to live stream a big production like that. because with that many people involved, something's going to go wrong. Someone's gonna get the wrong camera angle at the wrong time.
Somebody's gonna accidentally open a hatch.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened. And you see it on the live stream. The videos are still up. You can search it up. I'll post a link in the description. By the way, like and subscribe. She opens the capsule from the inside, and like the whole thing was he had to open it as part of like whatever, the re-entry into Earth.
Right.
And it's very clear that she opened it first.
Yeah.
And that ruined the thing. And everybody knew at that point that it was
fake as shit.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it wasn't fake, but it was just very very poorly executed.
Yes. But like shit happens on live TV, bro. And like if you're going to try to pull off like a hoaxy type thing, like don't try to do it over live TV. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's like that's the only way we can trust something is if it's live. Right?
I know.
Like,
but
how do I know? Otherwise?
You're right. But that's a big, that's a huge
risk.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to be good.
Yeah. Someone got the wrong camera, wrong place, wrong time,
someone was
wrong shot.
Yeah.
Like, who knows? I don't know. The whole thing's still super weird to me. I definitely believe it was a freaking PR stunt and a whole sham.
I guess he's got to shoot a different commercial for his space exploration vacation rocket ship memberships. I don't know.
He's got to find another crew. Maybe.
A different way to advertise.
Good luck with that, Jeffy.
That wasn't it.
Anyways, guys, thanks for sticking around
so much
on this rant. We've got a long one today for you.
Bouncy episode.
Yeah, it was a little ADHD episode, kind of all over the place today.
The airport.
That's okay. We thank you guys for your support. Hit that like and subscribe.
See you next week.
Bye.